the scraper tool for the windshield cleaning robot. We have Arduino to control everything. We have our motor that is going to control our x-axis, our motor that is going to control our y-axis, the controllers there, and 2 batteries for them, as well as the servo motor that is going to raise and lower the scraper, as well as these switches that are going to act as limit switches or bump switches so that we know where the scraper is at on the robot. So if we go to our code here, we have it set up so we include the servo. We're calling the servo the z-axis. We have our limit switches 1, 2, and 3, as well as we have our motors, motor X or x-axis pin 1, pin 2, y-axis pin 1, pin 2. If you look down on the setup, we set our limit switches as inputs and our motors as an output, as well as put the starting position of our servo motor or our z-axis at 0. And then we're going to home the scraper. So once we go to home the scraper, what we do is we bring it to make sure that our limit switch 1 is low, so it is not being bumped. And then we have our x-axis that's going to move it to the left, and our y-axis is going to move it to the up until the second switch is bumped and they are both low. Once we get to our actual code here, you can see that we're looking for that third switch to be low. Once we have it hit, we'll register as a high, and we're going to scrape down, return the y-axis, and create a new row. So the first thing that's going to happen is we are going to move the servo down so that the scraper is on the windshield. Make sure that we are not all the way through our y-axis, and we're going to move it down the windshield and then leave a little note that we have there. Then it's going to bring the servo motor up with our return Y. It's going to make sure that the limit switch isn't switched, and we're going to move it up so that it goes back up to the top. And then we are going to make a new row. So now we're going to move our x-axis toward the right just for a minute, and then we are going to stop those motors. Once we get there, as long as it's not all the way to the right and that third limit switch has not been hit, it's going to continue to scrape down the windshield, moving to the right ever so slightly until it goes all the way to the right of the windshield, indicating that it's completely cleared and we're going to have a stopped motor. So here is my code. I'll scroll through kind of slowly here. And then we're going to start the simulation. If we look at the serial motor, it looks like I have it all the way over. So let's turn those off, and we're going to stop the simulation. And we're going to turn on, and the initial thing that it does is it makes sure that everything's homed in the correct corner. So now we're not going to be over there, so we're going to turn that back over. And now as we move down, it's going to go down, scrape, and then as it hits, it's going to go down, come back up. It's going to go down and scrape the windshield, come back up, and it's going to continue this process of moving over to the right, putting the scraper down, moving down the windshield, coming up, moving back up to the top until it hits that far side, and then it's going to stop, indicating that the entire windshield has been cleaned. Let me know if you have any questions. Thank you.